Hello guys, welcome to my test world, and today I will show you this. This is a lava production facility that generates power from netherrack. It's not really endgame stuff. You won't be able to use this to generate UU matter, but it's something to use as at the beginning of the game. It's really cheap to manufacture. There's a lot of stuff in there, but as materials go, it's really cheap, and all you need to run this is to have access to the nether, basic access. There are no pumps, no enderpearls, nothing like that. Basically, this is using 2 magma crucibles, and these crucibles are turning netherrack into lava, and the whole system is self-sufficient, so it generates power to run itself, and it generates surplus lava to run generators, or geothermal generators or thermal generators. This is not a bad setup for classic. Let me place them. Yeah, these guys, like that. Yeah. Now we'll wait a bit. Yeah, they are filling up, and they are generating power. I will restart this. Yeah, it's not as efficient as nether pump. It's not as efficient as solar or wind or water, which I might show you later. But it's pretty cool device to make, I guess. It's generating power out of netherrack. How cool is that? You can't use cobble for that, even though magma crucible can melt cobble. It's taking twice the energy to melt cobblestone, and just won't cut it. You will get no surplus lava from that, and you will lose about 15% of energy in the process. So no, that won't work. You need netherrack. Netherrack is extremely easy to get. If you get you can pretty much mine with stone pick, and you can get tons and tons of it. You can get full inventory in 20 minutes. And if you're into Thaumcraft, this wand of excavation is absolutely awesome for mining netherrack for this machine. Oh, that's not my portal. Where's my portal? Of course, dripping. Okay, suck it. I hate those things. Okay, so yeah, as you can see, this is without enchants, and it has decent range, and it's pretty much melting through it. Now, if you slap a potency 3 enchant on that and charging, you got a wand that is working like efficiency 4 pick with much longer range. Yes, and it will never break. It will recharge itself, and it's not uncommon to get that enchantment. So yeah, using netherrack as a fuel instead of lava or instead of coal is great for those times when you're running out of coal and you don't want to convert everything into coke for your generators. For the transitionary phase between coal generators and actual lava pump, because a lot of stuff you will make in this system, not only it's really fun to make, it's a complex machine and it's really fun to make this stuff. You will make a lot of the machines you will eventually need for actually making the nether pump that was in my other tutorial. And of course then you just get some enderpearls and upgrade again to the tesseract pump, and that's pretty much it. You can't get any faster. So yeah, how's our power? Yeah, it's building up. At the beginning of the game we weren't really what are using macerator, furnace, a few overclockers. You have an MFE, you don't even have MFSU. You don't have the stuff to make thermal generators, so we're on geothermal, and you don't really have the 8 enderpearls required to make a tesseract pump station or ender chests for the bucket version of the pump. So this is pretty awesome. Okay, so now I will so we have a barrel filled with netherrack. To it we connected a filter. That filter is powered by a timer. Doesn't really matter. It doesn't need to be. It's really you can set it to 1 minute. It doesn't really matter. Less lag. That's good. Okay, that filter, nothing set in it. A pneumatic pipe. Dirt cover. No, it's. I had that question a lot. It's a pneumatic tube. It's this baby. Okay, that's pumping through the netherrack through the blue holes into the magma crucible. So I have the crucible set to only have the 1 input and 1 output, because I don't want the netherrack to travel between the crucibles or something. Okay, I have that set to control set is disabled, and as you can see with the engines I have here, it's running at pretty much almost peak efficiency. I don't want it to reach the top because it will be wasting power, but this is pretty sweet. The great advantage of this filter is it is taking full stacks. It doesn't pump 1 item at a time, but it's pumping a stack at a time. Now you can see this going down quite a lot, but the items don't get lost because the filter has an internal buffer and it can hold a lot of stuff, a lot of stacks. It drops the stacks, it tries if it can fit in here, it will fill the stack that is already in the crucible, and the rest will return to the buffer because the filter cannot return it to the barrel. Okay, so I have I have those redstone energy conduits hooked up into the magma crucibles, and I have this huge array. It's basically just this, what you can see as the energy conduits go. So I have it kind of 3-dimensional. Okay, now these are magmatic engines. They are set to activate when a redstone signal arrives. That's not default settings. You will need to change this if you want the automatic switch. Yes, these are liquid ducts. So these liquid ducts pump lava into the engines, the lava that you create basically. The liquid ducts go all the way around here and from the crucible. So the crucibles, as they create lava and it gets pumped into those liquid ducts, and those liquid ducts basically just go into these engines. Yeah, the liquid ducts are much better than the waterproof pipes because they evenly distribute the lava across all of the plugs, all the yellow plugs. Each of them gets the same amount of lava when the bucket arrives, when the netherrack is melted, which is awesome. So okay, and one liquid duct pipe, liquid duct gets in here into a tank. Now this tank will hold all the surplus lava. I can turn this off. It will hold all the surplus lava this machine will create. So basically it will power itself with lava, and it will create some extra, and that extra will be stored in this tank. Now you want this tank to be as big as possible. This tank will fill up overnight as you sleep if you have chunk loader nearby, or a world anchor, or I don't know what you prefer to use. And that's excellent because you will have a full tank, and it will be great for the beginning of the game when you only use the EU energy in bursts, like for furnaces and macerators. So there will always be enough, but it takes a long while. When you first kickstart it, expect at least 15 to 20 minutes for the machine to be completely self-sufficient, because the magma crucibles must first fill the engines to actually power themselves. So it looks like you take as many lava buckets as you can and kickstart those engines with the bucket. The more engines you kickstart, the faster it will kick off. If you only do one of them and fill it with 4 buckets, yeah, I think it will work, but it can take an hour before it actually all starts working. Yeah, we are already creating. As you can see, it's not fast. We have 3 buckets now, I guess, but it's not terrible. Now we have this tank. You can use the traincraft tanks, the big ones, the 3x3x3. They would be really awesome for that, and even multiple of them to store the lava, because the more lava you have stored, the more you can use later. Turn this on. There is a simple reason. Oh, guys, get out! Fine. Get out of my. Now they are gone. I hate you. Die. Yes. Okay. Where did I stop? Thank you. Fuck. Suck it. Sorry, guys. I can't concentrate when they're flopping about. Get lost! Okay. If this pipe was connected straight to the tank and not in here, then if this would be full, the engines would actually consume all of your netherrack and all of your reserves. So that would be bad, because you would come back in the morning and there would be no lava, and the engines would be dry and would stop. That is the reason why the engines, the liquid acts of the engines, must be connected before the lava tank. Okay, and now this setup. So I have geothermal generators because that's probably what you will be using, because by the time you can afford the thermal generators, you will probably be able to afford the nether lava pump, and this will become obsolete. But you can use all that stuff to create that nether lava pump, which is awesome. Basically you will have surplus of engines, but I think later once you have the tesseract, you will again need all those magmatic engines to power your buildcraft stuff, and yeah, they will not be wasted because they are basically the best. Once you have the nether pump station and a tesseract, you can base your bee stuff and buildcraft stuff on these magmatic engines and feed them the lava from the tesseract. So that's pretty awesome. So they will not get wasted. never. You will basically use them until the end game, as long as you have lava supply. So this is good setup for that reason. You will build up a stock of machines to use later on, because they will always be useful. There is not a single machine that won't be useful. You will always need a magma crucible to make energy conduits and tesseracts and stuff like that. You will always need liquidax if you want to make anything with water, lava or steam. You will always want magmatic engines because they are the most efficient of them all, 4 MJ per tick. They are pretty sweet, and you can power them from nether pumps later when you have them. So these generators, they will get full eventually, and yeah, the MFE will be charging. And okay, so the MFE outputs redstone signal if full. That would power this redstone dust. That redstone dust would invert this torch and shut down redstone power to this. That's not a timer, that's a state cell. That's a state cell. What this does is it will hold the signal for this time extra after this torch goes out. If you seize the redstone signal into it, it will still run for this many seconds, and then it will shut down. So this is super useful, because even if this MFE is full, we can still set it to, we can set it even more. We can set it for, I don't know, 5 minutes, or what was that? We can use this 6 minutes, and it will charge up, and it will still run for 6 minutes, and the engines will still run for 6 minutes and create more surplus, fill the generators. This really needs to be fine-tuned, the time. And okay, and I'm sending the redstone signal to wireless transmitter at frequency 10. These are not difficult to make, and they are extremely helpful when you are dealing with redstone stuff. I could basically just make a line here, I know, but you will probably won't have this kind of setup at your base. You will have different haze levels, and you don't want to have a redstone cable running all the way to the state cell. I guess you will have this somewhere higher up in your base, and this in the underground or something like that. So really, I'm using the wireless transmitter to make this easier. That wireless transmitter is powering this line, which is powering all the engines. So once this stops, all the engine stops, and it will turn off the machine. So once this is full, and it will be full shortly, it will run for another 6 minutes and allow the generators to catch up and some surplus to be made in here, and it will shut down. So you will not consume more of the netherrack. And once you use any power from the MFE, it will resume, it will heat up the engines, and it will start producing lava again. It will be slower while it heats up, but it will work. It will work. I had this set up in my base when I was starting on the server, and it was enough. It was enough for practically everything I was doing at the time, even some buildcraft machines and with electrical engines. It was enough. I was using it for about first 2 weeks on the server before I switched to the nether lava pumps, but they were really quirky with the buildcraft pipes, and without the autarchic gates and stuff like that. It really is not reliable. So yeah, now I'm always using these redstone energy circuits, because they are really not that difficult. Once you have redstone, once you mine redstone, and you have a crucible and transposer, which are pretty cheap machines, you can make these, and they're absolutely awesome because engines never overheat, they never explode, and they don't lose power with distance. I think you always lose 5% or so. They're awesome. Where did I end up? Yeah, and last thing, if you want to let the lava catch up in the tank, you can place a lever or something. You can basically do something like that. You can do something like this. Put a lever or a button with a state cell set to a certain time. Receiver at your frequency. Ah, come on. I'm a transmitter, of course. Transmitter at the same frequency. Okay, and now basically this lever will override the automatic system here, and it will turn on the engines permanently. So if you're on the server and you know the tanks are empty and you want them to fill up, you can do this setup and forcibly turn the engines on and let some kind of basically pile up some lava for later, which is exactly what this machine is about. It's not about creating lava for immediate use, because if you are using the lava, yeah, it's almost filled, but it takes time to create the lava basically, and you want this to run always, to have this chunk loaded and always running. I think it's faster, quite a lot faster than water power plant of the same size or similar size, at least when I take length. But of course, water power station or power generator, it will not need any fuel. But the netherrack is easy to get, so that's not such a big issue. It will generate more power. This will generate more power through your thermal generators. Once you get the thermal generators, it will generate even more power. But by then, you will already switch. I think you will switch to nether lava. So yeah. Oh, one more thing. The number of engines in this setup. Basically, you need, for the 2 magma crucibles, we can. So we need maximum power is 30 MJs. So 2 of them are 60 divided by 4 per engine. So we need 15 engines. We need 15 engines to run at 30 MJ per tick, but we don't want to run at 30 MJ per tick because we just don't need to, I guess. So like 14 engines would be ideal, I guess. How many do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12. Yeah, I have 14 engines and it's running great. I guess I could do. Oh, come on. Oh, you need to use crescent hammers for things like setting the pipe output and input. Input and output to the pipe. Never mind. Aqueduct. See my other videos if you want to learn how to get the pipes working. Okay, and it should feed on the next generated lava. Oh, I need this to set to redstone power. Yes. Okay, so now it should raise even more, and I'm not sure if the lava production will maybe it will get faster. Ideal power usage would be 29 MJ per tick. We don't want the 30 because we would be wasting some of that power, but 29 would be the ideal that you want to aim for. Yeah, it was 26, it's 27. I guess it could use one more engine. I'm not really sure. Let's try this, just for the heck of it, and set to like this, and the next batch of lava will kickstart it. Yes. So it will take a while for the engines to heat up. Oh, this is already heated up. That's interesting. I thought, oh, they don't need to heat up. That's pretty cool. Okay, so that's at maximum, and we are generating 29. So yeah. So that's 16, I guess. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yes, 16 engines. The ideal number of engines you want to have. They're cheap to make. They are really not that difficult. And now I want recipe. Yeah. Redstone transmission coil, some silver, it's easy to get, pistons, and this invar, you can make that from dusts, mix them. Yeah, you don't need some industrial blast furnace. This can be done in regular furnace from, oh come on, where was it? Invar blend. I think it says somewhere. Yeah, it says here. So two irons, 1 nickel. They must have changed the recipe. Yeah, there it is. Yeah. You basically macerate or pulverize the iron and nickel. Nickel is from ferrous ingots, ferrous. So you need, if you get 3 from these, and the nickel is not hard to get. If you macerate it, you get 2 per, and you basically put 2 iron dust and 1 nickel dust, and you get 3 invar dust, which is 3 invar ingots. And you need 2, 3 and 4 and 4, so 3 ferrous ore per engine. And of course you don't need to use 2 magma crucibles. You can start with 1 and 8 engines and slowly build up to the second magma crucible with 16 engines, and then tear the whole thing down and move to the lava pump. But as I said, those magmatic engines are awesome, and you will definitely reuse them even after you dismantle this station and move on to some better sources of energy. This is not as much about some efficiency. It's the fact that it's not so complex machine, but I really enjoyed building it, if you know what I mean. And also turning the hell into energy is really awesome. Get off me. Yeah, so I guess that's it. If you have any questions or comments, don't hesitate. And next thing I will record probably will be the water power plant, which is an alternative to the start of the game energy source, which is powerful and easily sustainable. Yeah, this is filled. This timer has already oh, I'm recording for 6 minutes already. Yeah, and I am overriding it with the refill button. Now the engines will stop. They are still full of lava, so they will heat up really quickly. Yeah, if I leave it running, it will fill up. Everything will fill up, and then there will be a surplus in here, which I will be able to use on the second day, basically. Alright, that's all, guys. This was a bit longer, so I'm sorry, but I already recorded this once, and it was so much fail, guys. You can't believe it. So I basically started as a tutorial. I built the whole thing, and then there were so many mistakes, and it was already like 4 AM and now it's 5 AM and I'm still recording, and I had to start again because it was so terrible. So I hope you enjoy building this machine as much as I did. And really, the netherrack is easy to get, and all these machines are pretty easy to get. You're really, I think they changed the recipe. I don't remember using ferrous ingots, but maybe I had so many by then. It was like second or third day on the server, and maybe I already had so many that it wasn't really an issue to build them. Because I had quite a big array of them. So really, you're only limited by nickel, so you need like 3 ferrous ores per engine. But they are not that rare if you go deeper. It's not so terrible. And as I said, one redstone, one magma crucible is enough for starters with 8 engines, and you can build up to the 2 magma crucible version, or by then you might actually move to some other power source. So this is a bit this is on steroids, basically, because I was when I was using it, I was only using magma crucible, one of them, but I was using this setup and it worked. It takes a bit of management, but it works. So alright, now really I'm ending this video right here, right now. Goodbye, guys. See you next time. Okay, guys, one more quick update. I just waited for a bit. Generators are full, MFE is full, engines are keeping up, and we are getting some surplus lava. But I just noticed that we have power usage of 30 MJ per tick, which means we are wasting energy here. So what I did was I removed the extra 2 engines that I placed here, and it's not dropping, but I think it's dropping. So it really, the 14 or maximum of 15 engines is the ideal number of engines. It looked like the 16 was the ideal, but really the buffer filled up completely and we are sitting at 30 now. So no, I was wrong, and I was right the first time when I said only 14 engines. Okay, that's it. So see you guys next time.